Hi, Srivali.
Hi, Shanti.
Let us discuss about this job role today. A large language model architect, LLM. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
so about the job, we are the beginning of new data and AI decade that will reshape work and society has begun. Okay, Accenture is stepping boldly into the future with a clear strategy and purpose to help clients optimize and reinvent their business with data and AI backed by so and so investment and commitment to our people to do industry defining work with over 45,000 professionals dedicated to data and AI. Accenture's data and AI organization bring together our experienced innovation, strategic investment, exceptional talent, and power ecosystem. Anyhow, that is their background stamina. Okay, what you are as an AI and LLM architect, you will
Mm-hmm.
play a pivotal role in designing and implementing the technology architecture for advanced AI, including large language model, LLM platform systems, and solutions. You will translate business roadmap into technical requirements and architecture. Your contributions will be instrumental in shaping cutting edge architecture frameworks and methodologies, pushing the boundaries of NLP and ML. You will architect sophisticated large language models, LLMs, with the remarkable ability to process and generate NLP. Additionally, you will have the opportunity to design neural network parameters leveraging extensive amounts of unlabeled test data to further enhance the model capabilities. Basically, what we discussed in the generative AI services and ML services, Azure ML services, it is the same. Only thing is you might be listening first time or some different terminology LLM. If you see
Mm-hmm.
all OpenAI tools, whatever ChatGPT, Merlin, Gemini, Bart, all those tools are related with large language models only. Even if you design a chatbot with AWS or Azure, it is going to be called as LLM only. LLM means basically we are going to build the ML technical things.
Mm-hmm.
We're writing some kind of data and preparing the data. After that, we're training that bot application, and after that, we're considering that as a model. We're testing it, that
Mm-hmm.
bot. Okay. Then after that, we're deploying on the site as a bot on the web page. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is nothing but LLM only because it has involved all the ML related activities,
Yeah.
whatever it is there as per the concepts. Okay, so that's where the overall outlook it gives it. So whether you are creating LLM models or NLP or translation services, image scanning or any kind of all related to Gen AI services only, right?
Mm-hmm.
So position responsibilities. Architect and design end-to-end generative AI products. See, the role was called as AI, LLM architect, they say. But when
Mm-hmm.
they are discussing, they are pulling into Gen AI products,
Mm-hmm.
position responsibilities. So
Mm-hmm.
it means our profile is well suited for this kind of things. Architect and design end-to-end generative AI products, applications and solutions for specific business needs and provide implementation guidance during delivery. Obviously, you are qualified to do this kind of activities. Am I not? I'm asking you,
Yeah.
Srivali.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're suitable, right? You're well
Yeah.
suited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Leverage, customize, implement generative AI models. Obviously, we did leveraging the models. Okay, you have done form recognizer and also you have done the solutions for many of the Gen AI services.
Yeah.
Algorithms, methodologies to improve the overall quality Gen AI products application and systems. If you see, we discussed ML models and also you showed the solutions how one predictive analytics application, ML application can be transformed into Azure ML, and from there how it can be transformed into Gen AI services.
Mm-hmm.
You have given the design plan also in one of the
Yeah.
demos. You
Yeah.
remember? Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So that's where that contains. So Gen AI leverage, customize, and implement Gen AI models, algorithms, and methodologies to improve the overall quality Gen AI products, applications, and systems. Obviously, analyze
Mm.
and evaluate the performance of Gen AI systems. Provide design recommendations. Obviously, if existing systems are there, ML systems, we have discussed it, how we can evaluate that, how we can find the differences. Let us say in the ML systems, if they are configured on TensorFlow or NumPy, such
Mm-hmm.
kind of packages, how we can transform them into Azure ML, and from Azure ML, how it can be transformed into GenAI also we have discussed, and you will be able to give that kind of solutions, right, with your
Yeah.
past solutions, right.
Mm-hmm.
Estimate cost of 1 minute here. One more point. Analyze and evaluate performance of GenAI systems and provide design recommendations. Obviously, you are qualified to give the design recommendations after studying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is ML traditional model. Another one is ML Azure model. Another one is you're bringing them into GenAI services by mapping the
Mm-hmm.
existing functionalities, right?
Yeah.
Estimate cost of using LLMs in different forms of business use cases, and the validity develop cost models for different usage patterns. I want you to explain about this. What is your understanding about this sentence?
Estimate cost of using LLMs in different forms of business use cases and the viability. Develop cost models for different usage patterns. Okay. Cost of using LLMs in different forms of business use cases. Different forms of business use cases is, for example, let's say e-commerce site is there. One use case is user going and selecting items and adding to the cart and going to checkout. That's one use case. And then the other use case is saving the cart, selecting the items and saving in the cart and not going for checkout. That's one use case. So there are different use cases where in the application. Now, cost of using LLM in different forms of business use cases means it could be database related use cases, or it could be API query, API request submission use cases, or it could just be some backend jobs use cases. So for any of these use cases, we have to see what is the cost of using LLMs.
Okay, I want to ask one question since you brought
Mm,
the e-commerce topic.
mm, mm,
Now, I assume that
mm.
you know a lot of artificial intelligence bots are being used. Not only bots,
Yeah,
robots are being used in many organizations now, even in
yeah.
stores also. You
Mm-hmm.
know that, right? Now, I assume
Yeah,
that Best Buy or security
yeah,
brought some robots.
yeah.
Okay. Now, you being a store in charge, you need to
Mm.
find some customers.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to deal this? By using
To
the
find
artificial intelligence services from Azure
to
or any
find
other
the
things.
mm, to find the customers, I will have to see the data patterns, patterns from the data. I have to study. I have to use machine learning models that can study the existing data and give me customer usage patterns and customer feedback patterns. Based on that, I will have to incorporate any changes needed or required in the store or in the products. And that will be one of the ways of marketing my products and marketing my store.
Okay.
Once I,
Now,
yeah, yeah,
okay. Now you have gone to the IT person. Okay. There
yeah,
is a IT CTO in
yeah.
our store.
Mhm.
Now you act as CTO. What is the technical solution you are going to show to the store in charge?
The technical solution is okay. So first I will study based on the ML models. Um,
What is this topic actually? When you say you need to identify the patterns of the customer, means
yeah,
it belongs to which pattern, which topic in ML functionality, business side.
in the ML predictive analysis.
Yeah, predictive analytics. In predictive
Yeah,
analytics, you have to analyze the data. After analysis, what are you going to do? There is a marketing you need to do, right? Campaign
yeah. There
purpose.
is a
So
marketing
there is
model we
another
have to. Yeah.
another discipline, right, in ML to adapt it, right? What is that?
Uh, build. There is one uh, for analytics. There is one analytics model is what we have to use.
Oh, no, no, no. Tell me what are the POCs you have done for solution demos? Can you tell me each one? What for they are?
The document analysis is there. Document analysis and predictive analytics, and then mm, also predictive analytics and uh, there was this is about the customers and for
Where does this
mm,
personalized marketing event?
yeah, personalized marketing is there. Yeah, personalized.
You give a solution demo, I think, right?
Yes,
No?
I gave a solution demo for that. Yes,
Then what was
personalized
that? What
marketing.
for? What for that demo?
It's to gauge the customer usage and based on that, coming up with marketing solutions,
Hmm.
suggesting the marketing solutions to businesses.
Now, in this case,
Yeah,
what are the solutions you are going to provide to this person? With what kind of outputs you are going to provide? The store in charge.
yeah,
As solution expert, I am saying, as
mhm.
a solution expert.
Yes, yeah. Um, I have to try. I will try to remember. Wait, 1 second. I know I did this solution demo, but
Okay.
yes,
So let us say you collected the data for
yeah.
analytics
Mm,
by using analytics. Okay, analytics
mm,
services something data analytics. Data analytics
mm.
comes from Databricks or
Yes,
ML services are there. Using them, you have analyzed it. You got the
yeah,
dashboards. From the dashboards,
yes.
what did you conclude it? Each customer categorization you have done it. Now
Ah, yes. Yeah.
there are different
Customer
categories of the
categorization. Yeah.
robots. Robots.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
robot is going to talk to the customer. Okay. uh, then about particular topics, particular services, particular support.
Mm,
Okay. Then
yeah.
another
Yeah.
robot is going to show the images on its chest itself. If customer says I need this kind of services, then it is going to show the video,
Mm-hmm.
let us say. So you got all these robots to sell in the
Mm,
market, right?
mm, mm,
Now how you are going to analyze, categorize the data? Because the past guys, the past customers who are
mm,
bought different items, some
mm-hmm.
innovative items they brought it. What are the innovative items? Earlier AI model related watches. Some watches are there. It can sense the BP. It can sense our health conditions. Also, it can alarm. Also, it can dial to doctor. Also, when the pulse is going down, some number is there, 100 or 102, right? Then it can bring the ambulance. Also, such kind of signals it can send it, right? So that is one artificial intelligence equipment, basically the watch what you are using on the hand, right?
Yeah.
So in such case, the guys who bought that, then the store manager will feel like, oh, these guys will be interested about my new arrival of the robots. Now let
Mm.
me get that kind of data. Now he is going to ask you. You are going to segregate them into different categories of the customers. So then after that you will say, why don't you do a campaign management? So it comes under
Mhm.
what discipline in ML? So personalized marketing, right?
Yeah, personalized marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. So the Gen AI systems analyze and evaluate the performance of Gen AI systems is one thing. Provide design recommendations. You are going to design and you are going to recommend this is the way I'm going to do the systems, and after that you're going to estimate the cost. What are the cost estimates here? What are the activities related to services? One is Databricks services, and another thing is you are going to use Gen AI services, right?
Yeah.
So, relevancy to that particular service, you are going to estimate the cost. If I am using these things for these activities, what is this cost in the cost explorer, right? Then
Yeah.
estimate cost of using LLMs in different forms for business use cases and the viability. Develop cost models for different usage patterns. Obviously, when
Mm.
you deployed that kind of services on online to this store manager departments, they are going to use these services. When they are going to use these particular models, what are the cost estimates, monthly cost? You
Mm.
are going to provide that. Then you will come up with
Yeah.
a not only the solution document, you are coming up with a calculator also,
Yeah.
cost estimated
Yeah.
calculator also, right?
Yeah.
So
That's right.
analyze and make right technological choices to generative AI solutions. See, they have given us
Yeah.
all Gen AI only
Right.
internally. If you
Right.
see the
That's right.
responsibilities, okay.
Yeah. Yes,
So
that's right. Mm.
yeah. So design and prototype reusable components for LLM based solutions. Let us say you have designed a bot using NLP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Bot service is what? We're going to make particular function. It can be hospital, general practitioners, initial questions it can answer. Like when you go to the general practitioner's clinic, what happens in US? There will be a nurse, she will come and ask questions.
Mm.
She'll test the BP, she'll test the pulse, she'll test minimal tests. Then she'll note down all the things. Then she will ask how you feel now, how you are feeling earlier, all that differences.
Yes.
So it is
Yeah.
going to collect. So that kind of things, collection purpose, even robot can collect it. Whatever we know the symptoms. Then initial data is fed to the nurse to save the time. Okay. So
Mm.
when you go to nurse, she is going to do physical touch with stethoscope or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here the LLMs are going to be usable repeatedly for the same
Mm-hmm.
activities.
Mm-hmm.
It can be bots, it can be some other questionnaire kind of things also
Mm-hmm.
on web. It can be there. Okay.
Yeah.
Architect components of an LLM solutions to address responsible AI and security. Yes, obviously, we are going to work with secured services only. We are going to apply that. Design LLM ops solutions for large scale operations. So, large scale operations means in business we need to see. We also discussed about the manufacturing industry defects
Yeah.
control.
Yes.
By what kind of ML practice?
That was
That
machinery industry, robot predictive maintenance in machinery industry.
yeah, but what kind of ML practice we thought to implement?
We thought of implementing um, Azure ML, um, Azure
There
ML.
is a generative AI, we mapped it, right?
Yeah, we mapped the generative AI to it.
Right. So you
Mm,
open your resume, you have a resume in front of you.
yeah, I have the presentation in front. I think. Yeah, I think
If
this
you
is
have
the
in your system, you
presentation.
please open it. Okay, I want you to tell and explain that part.
Yeah.
In fact, I have in front of me your resume.
Let me open the resume.
It comes under predictive maintenance
Mm. Azure
to
Gen AI
automate the.
solution demos, personalizer, predictive maintenance. Predictive aims at reviewing business needs and conventional ML methods for predictive maintenance. Detail the process of transitioning to Azure ML services and highlight the benefits of incorporating Azure Gen AI to automate data workflows in predictive maintenance. Yeah, we discussed about pre-processing the data from using the data lakes, and then also then the ML model that is used here is
We had to define the Gen AI services for that. We give the solution only.
okay,
So later on, choosing the generative AI services need to be decided after the solution explanation.
okay. I
Okay.
don't have the presentation in front of me, yeah, but I have the resume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I opened it. So in such case, here what happens when you uh, use for large scale optimization means you can deploy
Mm,
that kind of Gen AI designed services into
mm,
different regions, and also multi-purpose uses can be used. Let us say the bot is designed for particular application, particular business application. Okay,
yeah.
chatbot. Then you can redesign that for some other requirement also, because you will have the same models. Model need to be modified. It simple,
Mm, yeah.
right? Okay, so now you see you worked with Python a little bit, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Mm,
so the Python you use it for virtual machine creation. If you add few more
yes.
lines of the code
Yeah.
to create the Apache server, you can build Apache server. Again,
Yeah.
if you want to build a WordPress site, yes, you can build that. But only thing is you need to create another VM in the private subnet. For that, you need to update that script for adding private subnet creation and
Yeah.
placing one virtual machine in that and installing MySQL or MariaDB, just
Yeah.
slight modification. So what are you going to do? You are going to deploy that particular environment into
Mm-hmm.
different regions by
Mm-hmm.
changing little bit changes in the environment. The same way, LLMs can be changed for different additional functionalities also,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be there in the operations. Basically operations are nothing but the business users are going to use that bots for business purpose.
Yeah.
Now any kind of solutions they need it. Okay, so you take mortgage system. Mortgage application will have some kind of intelligence because they fed the data earlier. It is
Mm-hmm.
going to analyze it, and it checks the customer rating. There is a rating also comes from the credit bureaus, right? They check
Yeah.
that also, map it to the profile, right?
Yeah.
Eligibility check purpose. So it calculates all those things. If you use a robot, sorry, not robot, chatbot, obviously it brings up all the details.
Mm.
It can connect to the same interface and bring it in 1 minute itself. Right? So that kind of large scale operations can be implemented. Now what you are going to use it for mortgage. Now, the same thing can be modified for personalized loans. It can be implemented for vehicle loans. It can be implemented for some other things.
Mm.
It is a loan purpose basically. Mortgage is also a
Mm-hmm.
loan,
Yeah.
right? So it
Yeah.
means LLMs need to be implemented in large scale. So collaborate seamlessly with diverse cross-functional teams and accurately identify and prioritize requirements. Yes, obviously. Ensuring that the language models meets the needs and expectations of various stakeholders. So
Yeah.
each stakeholder will have a different functionalities. One guy is sitting for mortgage loans, another guy is sitting for personal loans, other guy is sitting for education loans. There are so
Mm.
many categories in the loan system itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
In finance department, in banks, okay, the
Yeah.
same way, okay.
Yeah.
So requirements are various way it can be. So
Mm.
create and maintain comprehensive technical documentation for that comprehensively captures the intricate details of the language model, facilitating seamless understanding, efficient troubleshooting, and feature development. Basically, it is your responsibility to convince the stakeholders. I'm going to design this kind of thing, and this is the output going to happen. This is the data I'm going to use it to train my model, and after that, I'm going to test that model. You are also allowed to test like UAT, user
Mm.
acceptance testing. Once we
Mm-hmm.
both are agreed to deploy it, we are going to deploy that model, and it is going to sit on the website
Yeah.
because you are going to integrate that LLM model to website, right?
Mm. Mm.
Like how bank sites will have all these things, right? Same thing. So harness the power of transformer architecture. What is transformer? LLM is the transformer. What is the LLM? It can be chatbot, it can be any other mm, function
GPT.
related.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GPT is the
right.
transformer, right? So
Yeah,
general
yeah.
mhm. GPT
Yes,
means
yes,
yeah, general purpose
yes.
transformer, something like that.
Yes, yes, general purpose. But here we are designing this for particular purpose, right? Business functions
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
GPT is different.
Mm.
In transformers, various categories are there. GPTs are there, non-GPTs are there. Function-wise
Mm. Yeah.
transformers are there. Here he is talking of
Mm.
power of transformer architecture. Okay,
Mm.
cutting edge, a cutting edge deep learning model widely employed in natural language processing and computer vision to optimize the language model's performance and efficiency. What is computer vision? Nothing but it can be thumb impression, it can be facial recognition, it can be identifying particular person in the database and bring
Mm.
up his profile. Then you are going to take action for particular need purpose,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So that is also another LLM. It can be another transformer or bot also. Okay,
Yeah.
bot need not be a front end user interface one. In the back end also, it can work for that with artificial intelligence activities.
Yeah.
See, the programming activity is totally different. It is a mathematical function we used it, but in artificial intelligence, by taking this data, what is the predict? What can be predicted? It the
Mm.
prediction analysis it is going to you correctly by taking the samples of the past. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Exploring the transformer capabilities of transformer architectures to seamlessly process and reshape vast volume of data, empowering language model to achieve unprecedented levels of accuracy and versatility. Now, let us say a bank is there.
Mm.
Bank has got thousands of customers information. They need to send the campaign for new loans,
Mm.
new scheme, loan scheme.
Mm-hmm.
That happens, right? They need to do the campaign. How they can do? They need to collect the past data. What is the past data? Who availed the loans? Who paid on time
Yeah.
without skipping the installments, right?
Mm.
So they collect it. So what they are going to use it? They are going to use predictive analytics. After that, they are going to use personalization,
Okay.
right? Generative personalization is there, right? Using
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
they are going to generate that index.
Mm.
Okay, so that way
Yeah.
it can be used it Azure functionality. Travel may be required for this role. The amount of travel will vary from 0 to 100%, depends on business need and client requirements. Obviously, IT projects nowadays it became a power, regular thing, traveling, because they need to go and implement the technology. Okay.
Mm.
So minimum 6 years of experience in designing and deploying AI/ML solutions using at least one cloud vendor. Okay. Minimum 1 year of experience in LLM and generative AI space. Okay.
Mm.
So you have to claim your internship. During your internship, you could gain the 1 year of implementation experience by showing the solutions, by doing the demonstrations for different things. Okay. So minimum of
Okay.
1 year experience architecting and operationalizing LLM driver application architecture patterns. Yes, obviously. So
Mm.
minimum 6 years of engineering, machine learning, deep learning, and NLP solutions and applications. Bachelor's degree equivalent. Okay. Compensation. This is out of our scope of the discussion. Anyhow, let us not discuss it. Now,
Mm.
what is the outcome you got it from this role discussion? You got the URL, right?
Yeah, I have the URL. Yeah.
Offline, you please review one more time and tell me outlook of this one. What way you can convince your profile is fitting for this?
Mm.
Forget you have 15 years experience, IT experience.
Mm-hmm.
That can be considered some areas here. Okay. Because
Okay.
you have that process area exposure and some technical areas exposure also in the past. But
Yes.
now you learned AI and ML concepts, ML practices also you learned it, and also you learned generative AI practices also for solutioning. Now
Yeah.
you tell me, where all you feel you are eligible for this role?
First, uh, to come up with a solution, I'm eligible to analyze the specific business requirements
Hmm.
and come up with the like mapping with the right ML models, and then later mapping with the right generative AI services. That way, I'm eligible
Hmm.
to come up with the right architectural solution.
Okay. Then after
And
that, there are some AI engineers, 102 certified guys are there.
yeah,
So what are you going to give support? What way you are going to support them?
uh,
Assume you are the solution architect, ML solution architect, okay? LLM
yeah,
architect, solution architect. You designed the architecture models, all these things, and you gave the roadmap to use generative AI services and Azure ML services also. Now you need to give the guidelines to the resources also in the project, right?
right.
So what are the activities you will be doing there?
Is to come up with the design plans and
Hmm.
good design plans for implementing the uh, business use cases to LLM models,
Hmm.
and also to come up with the monitoring processes and monitoring and uh, analytics analysis process
Okay. So what is
guidelines. Yeah.
the how are you going to monitor the guys AI engineers for cost control?
For the cost control, yeah, I have to come up with the uh, cost control models, budget models related to the solution.
Okay. But how are you going to ensure those guys are sticking on to that? What practices you are going to implement there?
Mm,
Assume you are the AI engineer, Azure AI engineer.
mhm.
What are the activities you need to do as engineer?
As engineer, I'll have to build the infrastructure,
Hmm.
and then deploy the required software and
Hmm.
libraries. Um, and then it's but training the model. So it's the resource. We need the resources to work on training the model. So that is the man hours.
Hmm.
Uh, that is one cost involved. And then creating the deployment pipeline, we need to build the infrastructure for production related, like for production
Here,
setup.
there is no pipeline kind of thing. ML ops is going to take care of that. ML deployment models are there, deployment practices are there.
Yeah,
Assume that. Okay, because you are working only with the machine learning activities, not with the real software development here.
yeah.
Okay, so now you said you are the AI engineer, you have these activities. What are you expecting from solution architect as
What I'm
engineer?
expecting from solution architect is the cost effective um, cost effective and optimized solution based on the business needs.
Okay, now you convert your mindset to architecture. The
Okay.
engineer is asking this kind of questions. How are you going to give the solutions to engineer? How are you going to give guidelines to him?
First, I will study the functional requirements. What are the
Hmm.
requirements that the business needs, and then
Hmm.
what are the tools and infrastructure that are available for us. Like for example, are these solutions already implemented in ML models? Or do I need to create new ML models? I'll have to study that. And if I have to create new ML models, I'll have to come up with the plan. Like where should I get the data from? Like what should I use for pre-processing the data? That is one
Hmm.
consideration I have to take. Once I have that, let's say I'm using data lakes or data bricks, Azure data lakes or data bricks for pre-processing the data. The next step is to design the ML model. Like, what do I need the outcome from the ML model? That we have to define that, and then what tools am I going to use for creating the ML model? Can I use the machine learning tools in Azure for creating any readily available tools in Azure for creating the ML model? That's one consideration. If it is not available, then I cannot use Azure. I'll have to use maybe in a different cloud there is something available. I'll have to consider that. Um,
Hmm.
if none of the clouds are providing, then I'll have to use an on-premise tool for then it becomes then the cost consideration has to be taken into picture. Cost consideration becomes huge if it is on-premise because we will have to provide the infrastructure for data pre-processing. And then we'll have to consider if there are any integrations available between Azure Data Lakes or Azure Databricks with any on-premise machine learning model creation tools. So these are some of the considerations. And then we have to do the cost estimate. So basically, what tools are available for our solution? What is our solution? First step is to come up with the solution. What is our solution and what is the outcome of the ML model? And then and what data is available for us? This is the first step. Studying this is the first step. Second step is what tools are available. Researching and studying that is the second step. What tools, in the sense what infrastructure is needed and what infrastructure is available for us.
Okay, okay,
And yeah,
right. So these you are going to discuss with the engineers basically,
yeah,
because they also need to give inputs from the environment.
yeah,
You're right, right?
yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. Let us stop it. I think you could come out with some kind of thought process and solutions with
yeah.
your experience gained from these things. Okay, I'll
Hmm.
stop recording.